Good morning, everybody. Hi, this is Dan Nolan, the managing broker of EXIT Realty Solutions out of Northwest Indiana, proudly serving Illinois and the fun state of Indiana. Fun this week because it's the Indian 500 week down here in Indianapolis. Hey, did you ever really think about it? We cover an awful lot of ground, Illinois and Indiana, and we do it very well. I'm very proud of every one of you. We got a couple of things to go through. I hope that you got a couple of minutes to maybe digest a few concepts and ideas. Um, but the news this week, basically, interest rates did creep up just a little bit. Remember, overall average is 7%. This is still less than what we've suffered through in the past, but it is still sticker shock to many people. I think I said it out loud today. I don't blame people with 2 or 3% mortgages not giving up on those things. From what we're seeing, they're a thing of the past. We may get down to the fives, maybe tip into the fours again. But I would be very resistant to sell my house with a 2% mortgage right now. Back in the day, before things got crazy, we used to call that free money, 2%. Now we do have uh, 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 there's a thing going on out there with the lack of inventory, and what I'm seeing is the millennials are trying to get into their first homes, and the boomers are trying to downsize, and they're both competing for the same market now. So that's a very interesting dichotomy of what's going on out in the actual real marketplace. Um, I thought that was kind of interesting. But existing home sales did fall, but it's not because of interest rates, it's because of a lack of inventory. Everybody's holding on to their properties longer and longer. People in their 30s are buying their forever home. You should kind of keep an eye on how long your clients have their intentions of staying, just so that you can match them up as best as you can. I don't know how long this is going to last, but if you're holding on to 2 or 3% mortgages and not putting your home on the market, you're helping break the wheel that's already broken. But it is what it is. Um, you just have to serve the client and find out what they need and make sure that they get it. It's all about the client, what they want. Thought I'd go through a couple of little things about some of the changes in the corporate structure. They've broken out a little bit more different transaction fee structures. You got an email on this, but I do like the idea that they are capping anything greater than 25 grand at $400. It's green skies after that. So if you're able to have a very productive year, you will also see some of these transactions go down. As you go through your learning process with Exit, you'll see that they actually charge you less for the morning. And that's what keeps me at Exit. So going back to the inventory situation, I just wanted to kind of show you what I saw. This is just last week here in Indianapolis. 124 homes come to the market, but 104 fell out, which means what? 20 of the houses were like, the math is just not there. I'm not predicting any sort of price slowdown until we see inventory go up. Um, this is bottlenecking the inflation that the Fed is trying to defeat in the housing market. This is a resilient market. This is resisting all odds at what the Fed is trying to do, and that's take money out of the entire United States system by going through bank raises. I get it, I understand it, but with the difference here being lack of inventory, it's counterproductive. It's almost like they're messing a good thing up, even though we do know that things were overinflated. Reality is coming back to town. So I put out an email this week. I appreciate everybody who participated in responding to the email. Um, One of the things that I know that made me successful in this industry was just being ready for whatever comes your way. And what that is, knowing paperwork, knowing systems, knowing your limitations, knowing your weak spots, building your weak spots up. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in the sales genre, and it's important to know your craft for the highest amount of success. Now, if 1 out of 10 of your leads actually closes, and you're able to make that 1 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, you're doing much better than most people. And whenever you get into this kind of market, you're also looking at not wanting to blow it. So you're very cautious, or maybe you're pulling back a little bit. This is not the time. Now is the time to be in front of people, getting to know people, and making sure that you're making new connections every day so that you can build your business to become self sufficient. It's a process. And that process also means knowing your art, the art of communications. So I thought I'd put a couple questions out, see what we can do about helping you find a better way of maybe handling some of the things that'll come up during a casual conversation. So I chose 3 questions. When is the best time to sell a house? What is my house worth? And how long will it take to sell my house? Bonus points if you end your answer with a tie down. We're going to cover all this right now. So I started with, when is the best time to buy or sell a house? The answers I got were, typically the springtime is when people get motivated, but truly there is not a bad time to buy or sell real estate. I like that answer. If there are no extenuating circumstances, the best time to buy or sell is when you maximize your savings/profit. This will likely be affected by the seasons and market rates. Good answer, and good tie-in with the market rates being so forefront in today's marketplace. Buying or selling a home when inventory is low and interest rates are up can make anyone think it's just not the right time to buy or sell a home. I always explain to prospective clients that usually when prices are high, interest rates are usually lower, or vice versa, and they can always refinance if the rates go down. It's best to use an experienced realtor like myself to help guide you through the entire process and assist in getting the best possible deal at the right price. Very good answer. And we also got, when isn't it a good time? Good attitude. There's always buyers in the market looking to upgrade, downsize, or even purchase for the first time. Now is the extra special time to list your home because inventory is still low, bonus, with an influx of buyers looking to purchase with home values still holding strong. Good point. Supply and demand. Buyers have to be patient as the market inventory, as mentioned, is low. I always stay a step ahead and keep an eye out for the market properties and make connections daily in our area to find out what's coming soon to the market to help our buyers. We had a great, we had a wide array of answers. Shows a lot of interest, right? Well, no one wants to push through the home prep tasks. So here's a more effective way of addressing that question. The trends are showing homes are listed in the last half of May sell at the top of the market. That is a true statement. The best time to sell a home, no matter the market conditions, is when you're ready to sell. Having your financing in order, your expected return on your home sale, and the cost of selling it should be done in your preparation time. What that simply means is you need to help expand your client's perception of the process. A home goes to market before pictures doesn't really make sense, or the home goes to market before the cleaning has begun. This doesn't make sense. So you want to use a prep stage and then a listing stage to help them become ready to the ideas of decluttering, um, uh, getting getting the maids in and having the house professionally cleaned, the carpets professionally cleaned if they're not being changed. But there is a prep time that they should be aware of, and that helps them see, what's going on and keeping it real as far as your timeline is concerned. But yeah, first step is prep time. What is my house worth? The answers we got came in. Unfortunately, your home is only worth what someone will pay for it. That is a true statement. I could use that across the table, but I wouldn't leave it hanging like that. There would be a further explanation on what that really is all about. But it is what the market will bring. However, the market can be encouraged to bring more in these kinds of days. There's more than one way to determine value. Good point. Obviously, we can do a CMA to determine what the most people would be paying in your area. However, a piece of property is worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. For example, someone dying of thirst is willing to pay a lot more for water than someone who is not. So there is a lack of property available in your particular area. Your house may be worth more. That is true. That the supply and demand of good houses still rules. Good houses sell fast. Good brokers get them more. There are many factors in determining what your house is worth in the current market. What I usually do is determine what I think your house is worth. Check the houses that have recently sold in your area that are similar to yours, type of house, numbers, rooms, square footage. Can I come by tomorrow afternoon to discuss this with you and give you a free market analysis of your home? That is a great end to a great statement. However, there's more to that. And I'm going to show you in a minute. The last answer I got was I would be happy to set up a time for you to view your property and go over the comparative market analysis with you. At this meeting, we'll talk about your property and your upgrades that you've completed, your goals, and review your CMA and evaluate your current worth of your property. I'll also go through recommendations to get your home ready to be listed. Perfect. How does Thursday 5 p.m. work for you after I get off from work and your wife is present? I like that a lot. That tells me that you're already thinking, get a date already scheduled. This is perfect work. The answers are These answers are pretty good, aren't they? Yeah, sure. How I answer is probably not the answer they're expecting, however. Many people expect an answer along the lines of, I have to see it to know it, and their defenses go up on that. I don't want people in my house. My house is messy. I didn't know it. I knew he was going to pull that. They have fears that come up. The way around that is to fight that battle at another time. I usually go with the question, well, how is the home showing at the time of sale? Will it show in the top 5%? Now I've started to ease my way into what their question's really all about. Will it sell in the top 5% is what most sellers want to know. This will separate the fixers from the ones that are not going to be fixing up the property. So when you ask, will it show in the top 5%? you're already getting an idea that they're going to make it pristine, or they're going to make it go with the least amount of work, or they're not going to do anything about it. And that sets up your price tiers on how to actually price that right. Once you have that answer, I tell them I have the perfect data system that will get the current numbers. That's our MLS. Can I get the address in your email? And I'll probably make an appointment to drop it off to them in the next 48 hours so I can explain it completely. Set the appointment for down the road. Let's do our data gathering first. Let's make sure that they're comfortable with the flow of the timeline and then just follow it up. This also gives us a period of time to prepare them for that meeting, which is why I always send the e-listing, the listing presentation out of the Resource Center, and it gives them time to, it gives us time to figure out if they're top, mid, or low range averages. When you get to the house, you'll see which range they're in. You can adjust when you get there. But if they need prep time, be their helper. Be handy with a list of people who are going to help them fix their house. If you know it needs a roof, maybe come with 3 roofers who you would that you've worked with in the past. Now you've actually turned this CMA presentation into an actual listing presentation when you go there. So it kind of flows a little bit easier. It doesn't trigger a bunch of fear flags that come up when you start using CMAs and things. They're the ones that aren't ready get a little defensive. So just go into it a little bit easier. You'll be able to determine their price range. You won't be able to determine the price until you actually see what's available, but you're going to be able to see, generally speaking, what the market is bringing. A good broker will bring more than that. And that's pretty much something that you should be able to demonstrate in front of them. How long will it take to sell my house? Our pricing strategy at Exit is pretty consistent in knowing the market as I do. If I price it fairly, I believe I can get the most money and the least amount of time. Good answer. We use the MLS to give an average of houses in your area. However, there's a lot of factors that affect the speed of sale. Season, condition, location, financing, and demands are just a few factors. So we need to do the best we can to maximize those factors we can. Good. For example, keeping your property as clean and updated as possible does go a long way. That's inside and out. Usually houses that are priced right sell faster in overpriced homes. It's best to determine the value of your home by comparing it to similar homes in your area. Once an offer has been accepted, it can generally take 30 to 45 days to close. I will make sure that your home is priced to sell and guide you in getting your home ready for market. Can I stop by tomorrow to discuss this more in detail with you? It's almost a tie down there, but yes, a good answer. How about if we try this? The market isn't always predictable, but I do know that well prepared, move in ready homes don't stay on the market long and they get multiple offers, typically closing before the payment must be made. Remember, you're sitting across the table from somebody who still has to make mortgage payments, which is in the back of their mind, and how this money is going to work. Give them the sense that you know what you're doing to eliminate as many mortgage checks out the mail as possible. That's why that statement is so huge. You're touching something that they haven't brought up, but they do know they have inside them as a fear. So that fear help that fear. I also know that people who looked at your listing didn't like it because they knew it was overpriced for the times. And remember, you did that and won't return. This is true. Ask any broker. They can do overprice a home, have to do a price reduction, and they still have no action on the house. That's because those who were first interested remembered and have been reminded that you tried to get too much for your home than it was worth, and they don't come back. So you want to eliminate that crowd. starting high and lowering it until interest returns lengthens the process 3 times long. It also eliminates multiple offers, which isn't fun. We have a fast sale marketing super system that can cater to whatever your timeline is. But well priced, well put together homes sell quicker. Hopefully, you're putting yourself in front of more clients who are in that position, because it is a long sales process when you start high and you go low, and then they resist and they want to hold on, they resist. It doesn't work that way. This is not 1980. Price, condition, and location are three major factors when listing a home. Good point. The key is always price appropriate. I take pride in my marketing efforts to affect target potential buyers. Good point. Professional photos, drones, and videos will be done on the property to show off how well you've maintained your beautiful home. Most agents do the 2 P's. Put the listing on the MLS and pray to God another agent sells it. I do the third P, which is prospect for potential buyers. I heavily market on social media, the web, to get the public to generate leads in our marketplace. Uh, Part of having great marketing and an agent who cares for you with the best interests in mind, I will sell your home in no time. My average days on market in your area is, give them your stats. Very good answers. Very good. I think we've got ourselves an idea of how easy it can be to prepare a good answer. So let's see what this. Let's see how we can keep the fear flags down. This market isn't always predictable, but I do know that well-prepared, move-in ready homes don't stay on the market long and they get multiple offers, typically closing before another loan payment is made. I also know that people who looked at your listing didn't like it because they knew it was overpriced for the times. Remember, those are important features to put on the front end before you actually deliver your truth. Should you even stop there, let them know that this is all about not making another mortgage payment. We understand. Now, I also was given a bonus points for tie down questions. You may have noticed 3 examples of tie downs in the last few slides. The answers I received were pretty good, aren't they? We had a wide array of answers. That shows real interest, right? We got some good answers here. Wouldn't you agree? A tie down question is simply a question you design to be a yes answer and is used to reinforce the statement. More, you're going to present many facts. Most of them are facts about their home, but some of them are actual statements that you need reinforced. So you use a tie down with it. Tie downs are generally 2 or 3 words, such as "isn't it," "doesn't it," "wouldn't you agree," and "won't you," are all real good, easy tie downs to pull right out of your head when you see the time is right. You can see the value in this new kitchen it brings. Am I right? If you have a buyer who's interested in a kick-ass kitchen, find a kick-ass kitchen, a tie down is a perfect time. You can see the value in this kitchen. Am I right? Wouldn't you agree? You can put it there. Just helps them remind themselves that was what was important to them. I also use them when we're switching gears. You know how we have the 7 sections of the listing presentation? I'll use a tie down just to move into a different section. So I'll check in with my buyer, with my sellers. Are you with me so far? Am I going too fast? Do you have any questions? Does this trigger any thoughts? Help them process each section and never use a tie down more than 3 times. The human mind is trained to detect patterns. 2 is not a pattern, 3 is. So if you're going to be using tie downs, use them wisely. And if you really want to know how to tie down or maybe embedded thoughts or doing more with your speech and the way you use your words, I highly suggest the Master of the Art of Selling by Tom Hopkins. There's a whole section on tie downs and why they're important and how it helps you build your business. So there you go. A little training for today. I hope the tie down theory works for you. It does take a little practice to rehearse. And that's what your private time is for. We all have private time with your managing broker. If you want to just practice, drill, and rehearse for an hour, that's what I'm here to do. I serve you. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to call or text or just shoot me an email. But I am trying to make sure that you're living your life to the fullest by making it as easy as possible. I'll see y'all next week. Stay out of trouble in the meantime, please. Talk to you then.